Welcome to your family this week with Precious Caleb. Once again, welcome to your family this week with Precious Caleb. Today we are looking at managing manipulative family members. Managing manipulative family members. This is a new year. We are already in the second week of the first month. And I'm sure that so many people have sat down to count the challenges they had last year, some of the mistakes they made last year, some errors they found themselves in last year. And some others have started with their New Year resolutions, deciding on what not to do again and what to do, even the ones to do better in. But today, in an attempt to help families, relationships, and homes, we want to look at managing manipulative family members. Now, what do we mean by family? Here we are looking at a group of persons that are related either by blood or by affinity, sharing a common home. A group of persons that are related by blood or by affinity, sharing a common home. So those that belong to this, our description, we call them members of the family. And looking at members of the family, we are considering the husband, the wife, the parents, the children, cousins, nieces, the nephews, in-laws, and some others that are part of the common home. And we are saying that sometimes these members of our families can be manipulative. Being manipulative here means trying to use influence over a person, an event, or a situation in order to gain desired outcome. We have some members of our families that from time to time use influence they have over a person, over an event, over a situation to get their desired outcome. Some of our parents do this. Some of our children do this. Some of our siblings, the sisters, the brothers, they do this. In-laws also from time to time do this. And some of us that have sat down and calculated the mistakes we made in the year that just passed, some of the errors we found ourselves in, and some losses we experienced, we can look at them and say, wow, some of these things could be as a result of manipulations from family members. These manipulations we are talking about, they are not the spiritual ones per se. We're looking at using influence on a person or event, even situation, in order to gain desired outcome. These family members, what they are after is what they desire to have and not necessarily your welfare. Even when you are doing well, what they are interested in is how you're doing well is going to be of benefit to them. And from time to time, they bring lots and lots of pressures on us. Sometimes they put so much pressure on us, around us, and they have a way of making us uncomfortable. But because we are related by blood or by affinity, we just keep dragging along. And most times, some people don't survive it. Some people, their businesses collapsed last year because of the members of their families that are manipulative. Some, their marriages scattered. Some, their relationships could not survive because of family members that are manipulative. And today, under your family this week with Precious Caleb, We want to see how we can be of assistance to you so that you can manage these family members. The word there is to manage, not to do away with, not to send them away, not to deal with them, not to throw them away, not to abuse them. The word there is managing, how to carry them along, how to flow with them, but you are free from that influence they have, which does not favor you. I hope we are blessing somebody. All right, so we are looking at managing manipulative family members. Now, some of us have those family members. Some of us have them. In fact, majority of the people listening to me have members of their families that are manipulative. They know what they want and they look for a way to get what they want. Are you getting me? Yes, they look for a way to get what they want from us. Most times they don't even care how we cope with the inconveniences. All they know is that they want to get this from us and they just have to get them. We have our children that do such things. Sometimes they say, oh, because I'm the last born, am I not the last born? You know, we say that manipulation is using influence over a person, event, or a situation. Are you getting it now? Somebody say, I'm the last born now, I'm the last born now, I'm the last born. So anything that child wants, because the child is the last born, we just give out, give him all. Yes. And they now take that up. Anytime they want to get anything, they remind you that they are the last born. So I try to map up some things that these manipulative family members use to gain access to the mind of those people that they want to get things from. Those are family members. I listed things like age. We have some family members that manipulate others using age. They have a way of telling you, we are not mates. We are not mates. So if I say that, it just has to be like that. I don't know if you have family members like that. They keep reminding you that they are getting old, or that they are too young, You understand? Yes. We have them. They just want to use age to get what they want. Sometimes they let you know that they have gray hairs. They try and let you know that they have gray hairs. They'll tell you, do you know how old I am? They tell you, do you know how old I am? They tell you, do you know I am the youngest in this house? They'll tell you, do you know I am the oldest in this house? So with that, anything they want, they get. I hope you understand what I'm saying. We have them. We are not against them. They are members of our families. But sometimes their demands have been affecting us. Some of their demands have been affecting our marriages. Their demands are affecting their in-laws and the marriages of their children. And this moment, we want to see how we can manage them. We're not going to throw them away. We can manage them. Some is finance. Yes, finance. We have our family members that they try to use the issue of money to manipulate us. Either that they have the money or that they don't have the money. They have a way of making you to feel that you are indebted to them for financial assistance they have given you, they have been giving you, or they are giving you, or may even give you. So at that, anything they want to achieve through you, they lay hands on that issue of finance. Yes. We have our family members like that. They have money, so they try to dictate what we do, even in our homes, with our wives, with our husbands. We are related to them as per family. But they have a way of influencing when we spend time with our husbands, when we spend time with our wives, when we stay with our children, when we go to visit our parents. Because they have money, they have a way of influencing and manipulating all these things to their favor. We have them all around. Some of the people listening to me too are those manipulative members of family that use finance to control others. Yes. And we want to see how to manage those people. Some too, they keep telling you how bad the economy is. So every now and then, they bend their neck, or they twist their faces in order to get money from you. And you keep giving them money, you keep sending money. Sometimes you can't even tell what they are using the money to do. And the more you give them, the more they ask for. They don't care to know if you pay rent, if you pay your own school fees, if you pay your children's school fees, if you're servicing your business, if you have health issues. No, all they want is that you are richer than they are. Therefore, you owe them financial support, assistance all the time. We have them. And they are members of our family. Little thing now, they will tell your kinsmen that you are wicked, that you are stingy, that you don't support them, that you don't give them money, that even when they cry to you on phone, you don't send money, that you have too much money. You are akunatakasi, but akweruro uno. They are there. They are all around us. And sometimes when their pressure becomes so much, we feel like running away from them. But you just can't run away from your family members, because I told you that family is strong, very strong. In fact, family has a way of controlling the whole society. Family has a way of influencing even education. So you cannot run away from your family. Those family members, they are part of you. And we are saying that some of them are manipulative. Yes. Some, apart from finance, they use their health to manipulate other members of the family. Toothache, nobody will hear anything. Morning, afternoon, night, they are reminding you that their tooth is aching them. They will tell you, they want to get something from you. They do like their tooth, everybody will start panicking. We told you that they use influence over an event, a situation, to get their desired outcome. Like this, everybody's running around, toothache. In fact, they can even give their own toothache another name that will make everybody to start running up and down. We have them, they are there. So we'll tell you their blood pressure. When they do something wrong and you want to tell them they have done something wrong, they'll tell you, that touch their heart. Where is the drug? Where is BP drug? I've not taken my BP drug. They are there. They are there in the family. You talk to them, they say, that she will have miscarriage. You should not shout at her because she's pregnant. These are family members that are manipulative. Anything around them, they have access to. They can use to get what they want from other family members. They don't care how other family members are surviving. You wake up in the morning, a pregnant woman, you know that your husband cannot afford this thing. You hold your someone and say, that baby wants this one, baby wants this one. You are manipulating. The man wants to go to work. You tell the man to come and hold your left leg, that something has entered your left leg. Manipulating the members of the family because of your health condition. Everything about health. Anyone that the family member has access to, the family member will use. And is affecting other family members. This is family, your family this week with Precious Caleb. And we are saying that we have family members that are manipulative. We want to see how to manage them. Some make use of emotions, their emotions. In their emotions, we are looking at if they have pity stories. Every time they remind you of how badly they were treated when they were young. Every time they have something that they have a story to tell you to start feeling bad and pitying them. They always have something to tell you to get your emotions to. They can manipulate. These people, they are in our families. And sometimes we wonder why they are like that. Some use, like we said, some they use age, whether they are younger or they are older, or that have become old, that they have gray hairs, or that they just have a way of using their age. Some use finance. When it comes to money matters, they are either richer or they are lower in finance, and they have a way of using any of those conditions to influence the activities of other members of the family in their favor. Some use their health condition. Oh, my leg, you see, this my leg, this my leg, this my wound leg, this my leg wound, this the wound the leg, the wound the leg, the leg the wound and everybody's running up and down. Small time they will call family meetings to contribute money because of that leg. And sometimes when you give them the money, they don't go to hospital, they don't take adequate medical treatment. They use the money and do any other thing they want, and the wound will remain there. Next time they are calling, telling you that the condition is worse. We have them, they are everywhere. The painful aspect of it is that they create troubles too much. In fact, they have a way of winning the sympathy of the people around against the family members that they are draining mercilessly. How do we manage them? Some, like I said, their own is emotion. They tell you how their husband treated them badly. That was why they packed and came back to their father's house. They'll tell you how bad their wife can be. They'll tell you how their neighbors treated them. Some of us, we suffered these things while growing up. When our parents will sit down and tell us stories of their painful past, their hurting past, and all the stuff, and we'll just be doing like this. And because of it, any decision we want to make, we remember that our parents have had bad side. So maybe your mother lost her children when she was, having them. Now that you are the only child, they will use emotions on you. You want to go to school, you have an assignment, you have early morning lecture. Oh, my daughter, my only daughter, this is where you're living now. I've lost plenty children. I don't want to lose you. You stay like this. You want to go to school, you won't go to school again. What does your mother want? She wants you to stay around her. Being manipulative means trying to use influence. The influence you have on the person as a mother, as a father, as a brother or sister, elderly person, younger one, or in-laws or so, to gain desired outcome. We have them like that. We have in-laws that will come, they will not allow their daughter's husband or their son's wives to rest. Some of us suffered it too. They will just sit you down and tell you stories of the person that offended them, how so family member offended them, how so person offended them, and you'll be awake. So you'll be awake and be listening to painful stories. You'll be listening to painful stories and you'll be pitying them. So because of that, anything they ask you to do, you do because they are emotionally offended, as it were. We have them. They are there in our families. Then some, they use the fact of relevance to manipulate members of their families. How relevant they are. That when they gather for family meeting, if he or she has not gathered, the meeting will not hold. So relevant. Some, maybe because they are the firstborns, there is need for a burial to hold, and every activity, everything has been put in place. All of a sudden, a day before that day, the first son will rise up and say, you see, there is something that has not been done. I told you people that I want to use 3 buses to bring my friends coming from where I was living. And is it because I don't have the money? If the money is not sent for my friends to come with 3 bosses for this burial. This burial will not hold. After all, I am the first child. I am the one that decides when our father or our mother is buried. And everybody will start running up and, hey, are we going to, no, para now. No, para now. That's the first son now. That's the first child now. So it's so relevant to, without him, this burial will not hold. We have them. They're everywhere. Some, because of how relevant they are in some sensitive matters in the home, say, she's the one that is holding that particular. So for the childbirth, so wait, anything she says, just accept. If not, this one will not have baby. This one will not push out this baby. Just anything say, hey, oh yeah, do this. We have them, manipulative members of our families. Another one I want to mention, then I'll tell you what next to do so that we'll wrap it up for the day. That is existing relationship. We have our family members that manipulate others because of the existing relationship we have with them already. That is something, special that we are sharing with them. So because of that, they keep manipulating us. And let me tell you some of the things that the manipulative members of our families achieve in our lives for if we allow them. Number one is that they drain us financially. Are you aware of that? These are manipulative family members. They can drain others financially. They start crying now. They want to see you. You leave everything you're doing using emotion. They'll tell you, since I've not seen you people, how am I going to do? Is there no way I can see people? Then, pam, you leave your business, you leave your work, you don't have transport money, you borrow from somebody, your finance, and you enter road. You buy this, you buy that, so that you make the person to be okay. And as you finish, you want to go, the person starts crying again. You stay back. The next day you want to go, the person starts crying, hey, is there no way you can stay one more day? Stay back. Sometimes by the time you stay number of days that will satisfy the person, you come back. The person has been sacked from work. The person's shop must have been raised. Something must have happened. I'm not saying that they are witches. They are just being manipulative. And they drain the finances of those they are manipulating. We have them. So telling you how they deal with people, the outcome of their manipulations. I say number one is that they drain their finance. Yes, we have them. They are there. They are there. And some of them are listening to me. Some of them are even getting angry that I'm talking about them. But it's still okay. We want your family to work. We want your relationship to make sense. We want your marriage to be peaceful. Throw away, deal with, manage, have a way of managing these manipulative family members so that you have peace. So that your relationship will make sense. So that your marriage will be marriage. And your home will be a place you can call heaven. They drain us financially. Another thing they do is that they have a way of consuming and controlling our time. Every time it's either they flash you now call them. And when you want to end the call, they bring up another topic. You hardly have your own time. They engage you all the time. They just don't want to admit that you are an individual, that you have a focus, that you have things to deal with. It has to be all about them, and you must make them happy. You're always on the road, spending time on the road, spending time on phone, spending time sitting with them, spending time running around about them. You just have to burn your time for them. And let me shock you. There is no amount of sacrifice you make for them that satisfies finally. They always have another part that will come up the next moment. Immediately you're done with that. Give them your life. They will ask for the life after this life. Never satisfied. Just like fire that keeps consuming. Our individual life, they take our individual life. Every time they are on you. Every time they are on you and around you. Yes, we have them. If they come to your house, they won't want to go. Sometimes they even, when you're discussing with your husband or your wife, they are trying to put mouth in the discussion. You say, okay, you don't want them to put mouth, you take style and go. They will be calling you, where have you gone to? I'll come back now. You want to have time with your wife or your husband, you look for a way to go and hide and stay and gist. Because if you stay where they are, they will be part of that discussion. Even if the discussion does not concern them, or if the discussion is about them, they must be there. If not, they drain our individual life. They want us to live the life that will please them. They want us to live our lives for them. That means they want, in fact, their lives, they want to use our lives to live their lives. So they take our life and put in their own life to be happy. And we just noticed that we don't have our own individual life again. This is your family this week with Precious Caleb. And we are looking at managing the manipulative family members. They don't allow us to enjoy our privacy. They don't. At all. They seem to try as much as they can to control our emotions. They want our emotions to be flowing towards them and not towards our partners, not towards other members of the family, not even towards our children or our parents. They want it to be that anytime we get emotional, it should be towards them. We have them. They are there. Some of them are listening to me and some are getting angry. My name is Precious Caleb, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Anytime you feel like, oh, you want to hug somebody, they want it to be that it's them that you want to hug. You feel like gisting with somebody, laughing with somebody, they want to be the ones. They are too possessive. We have them, they are there in our families. If you visit the family, if you all the family members gather and they see you hugging your husband or your wife, they feel offended. They just come and take it and say, what is this thing people are doing? They will drag you and hug you, instead of you hugging. We have them. And are we going to throw them away? No. Are we killing them? For what now? We want to discard them. Mba. What are we going to do? We want to manage them. The way I'm going to give you ways to manage them. And if you follow this, you will live your own life. And the mistakes of 2022, you will not repeat them. You will not go to the village with borrowed money again. You will not join people on attach to travel to the village. You won't go home with fabricated stories on how things did not work out. You will not stay there and keep accusing the government and others, because you will now manage them well so that you can manage your life well. It's your life, and it's one life. When they waste 40 years of your life, how many years are remaining for you? Sometimes they want you to be coming to be visiting them, but they will not want to come to visit you. And if at all they come to visit you, they create trouble for you in a way that the trouble will favor them. They are there. We know they are there. And to make it worse, some of them, they go to church, they go to religious gatherings, they hold sensitive posts, so they can pray like this, they can vibrate. But at home, they manipulate the members of the family. Look at the next thing they do to us. They cause their members, their victims, to have broken relationships. Yes. They say, no, this is my sister. Oh, you mean you get married now and leave me? Oh, you get married and leave me. Who be gisting with me? Can you imagine? Does gisting have anything to do with my destiny? Oh, don't wait small now. Okay, no, your mates have not all married. Must my mates all marry before I marry? Can't my mates say that that they will get married because me, I've married? Yes. They cause trouble in our relationships. You're engaged today, tomorrow, the relationship is over because of one family member that is manipulative. Sometimes they give their family members health problem. Hey, small time, your heart is just boom. How? When they call your line, you just say, Jesus, what has happened? What has happened? No. Before you pick us from them, you speak in tongues for seconds. They are there. You have money to eat. You cannot use the money and take care of yourself. You'll be sending to them. And before you know it, you develop ulcer. You don't eat well. You are malnourished. Your health is going down. But let me shock you. The way they are crying to you, they are crying to other members of the family. So when you send 10, other person sends 10. When about 7 members of the family send 10, that is 70 added to her own and some other people. Beautiful. Then you, the next time you will send, and you notice that you are going down. Health-wise, you're going down. You're going down. You're always under pressure. I pray today that every strong influence that manipulative family member is having over you is broken right now in the name of Jesus. 2023 will do you good. 2023 will be in the absence of the bad influence of that your family member. You will do well. Your relationship will work. Your marriage will be sweet. Your home will be peaceful. The story or the influence of that your family member will not be noticed again this 2023 in the name of Jesus. Look at another thing they do. They make you to acquire enemies. Does that shock you? They make you to acquire enemies. When they tell you their stories, the person that used to greet you before will pass and greet you. Say, in your mind, you say, no be these bad people that used to trouble my auntie. And before you know it, you see the person, get out. And the person does not know what he or she has done to you. You don't even know. You can't even say that this is what the person has done to you. But because that's your family member told you that that person did, you have not verified. Even if you have verified, it was between that family member and that person, and not between you and that person. So you notice that these are manipulative family members end up giving us plenty enemies. We just acquire enemies without paying for them. We just see ourselves having plenty enemies. Now, let me go straight to how you're going to manage them. Because if you don't manage them this year, some of them are listening to me and they are planning on how to reach out to you some more time. You're going to manage them. You not throw them away. They are there. They are part of you. Because there are some good sides of them anyway. But concerning you, you're going to manage them. Number one, talk to yourself frankly on the influence of that manipulative family member over your life. Just sit down and talk to yourself. Sometimes the best time to effect a change, a positive change in your life is by sitting and talking to yourself. So you can now talk to yourself. You can sit down and frankly ask yourself some questions. Tell yourself the truth about the impact, the influence that that person has made in your life over the years, especially this year that just passed. Okay? Number 2 thing is that you have a polite, sincere, but safe talk with that person. You have listened, you have talked to yourself, you have looked at the influence of this person over your life, what it has worked out in your relationship, in your own life, in your marriage, in your home, in your studies, in your business, in your spiritual life, in your career, in every area of your life. You have sat down and you have talked sense into yourself. You have told yourself the truth. The next thing is just to engage the person, sit down and ask the person, tell the person, sincerely speaking, this me and you matter, might tell you the truth, no vex. No be say we dey quarrel. I notice say I no dey fit save money. I notice say it's affecting my health. I can't know say I no dey get time talk with my wife or no dey talk with my husband. I can't see say I don't dey hate my parents. So I notice say my children self they vex me as I look them. I notice say my in-laws, I no want them again. As me and you, as we do, can't see the thing where they come out for this our arrangement. So I don't reason them, I don't check them. They no balance. They no market for me. So you have a way of talking this with that person. Don't be afraid. Sit, organize a polite talk time with that person, but be conscious of your safety. What I mean here is, don't let the person know everything, the extent. That is what is remaining. Don't give everything verbatim and say, you see, I say, don't think where they remain now na 50 naira. It doesn't make sense. Just let the person know that it has affected you badly. Don't tell the person everything. Don't wash yourself like this and rinse and show the person saying like this, so my color deal. You just tell the person, see, the thing don't dirty my clothes plenty. Even as I try to wash am, the thing just dey comot color. But I no go tell you the color way. You no go tell the person the color way remain. I hope I'm blessing somebody. All right. Then the next one is that you're going to take a decision, a firm one. You just tell yourself, I've come to a point where I must take decision, a very firm one. And that decision will center on your budget. You need to budget what you give, what you spend on that your family members. We talk about budget here is not just money. We talk about the time you spend, talk about the money you spend, talk about the discussions you share, talk about some attributes, talk about some position, you talk about those things that you used to share with that family member. You need to sit and budget now and say, I've been spending 2 hours in a day in my budget concerning this my family member this week. I'll be spending 20 minutes. I hope you are getting it. Then small time you say, I used to send 20,000 every week, every month. I can now cut it down to 10 or 5. I'm coming. Yes. I used to discuss everything with that person. Now I can be discussing only my academics. You must draw budgets on what you share with that your manipulative family member. Don't forget to say this time around you're taking a decision and you're going to be firm on that decision. If not, 2023 may not be as good as 2022. It might be worse if you allow the manipulative family members to still play around you. All right, the 5th point I have for you here is sit down and imagine the possibility of your absence and the possibility of the person's survival without you. Sit down like this and ask yourself, if I know day now, is it not possible that this my family member can survive? Sometimes we don't want to think this way. We think we are acting fit. No. Sit like this. I said the 5th point is sit down like this and imagine your absence and the possibility of this your manipulative family member to survive without you. Yes. If anything happens to your business and you become 0 naira owner, that your family member will still eat too. That your family member will still be wearing better clothes. So just sit down and ask yourself, if you are not present again, is it possible that this your family member can still move forward? If you are not alive, will that your family member also die with you? It means that your absence will not even stop that your family member. So you talk sense into yourself and say, okay, fine. Now, ask that your family member. Ask that your family member. Bro say, auntie, mama, daddy, my children, anybody, that family member that you know that manipulates you, my dear husband, my wife, let me ask you, please tell me the truth. If I am no more, how? Just let me know. Is it possible that you can cope without me? You see reactions. What is now waiting? Man, that man waiting, sir. Now you be the first we go die. Everything will come out. Waiting. So you will ask the person. I told you that you bring the person and sit the person down and discuss politely with the person. One of the questions you're going to ask the person is, if I am not available again, Is it possible that you too will not be available? Okay, if you too will be available, are there ways you can survive without me? If I can no longer send you money, is there no way you can be getting money? If I can no longer stay and listen to your stories, is there no way you can tell your stories without me? Just ask your manipulative family member this question. Finally, I'd like you to weigh the person's presence in your life and your absence. I didn't say the person's absence. Look at the person's presence, your absence, and the person's absence and your presence. Weigh the two. Do you think that it is better for you to be absent and this person will be present? Or can you cope with you being present, even the person not being absent? It's a very hard question to ask. Let me take it again. This person's presence and your presence, which one will you go for? Your absence and this person's absence, which one will you say, okay, now, let me take it again. Let me simplify it. Ask yourself, ask the person, sit down and weigh it. My being alive, my being present, my being relevant, my being useful, and this person not being useful, keep it to one side. This person being useful, this person being alive, this person having money, this person being healthy, and me not being healthy, not being alive, not having money, not being useful. Which one should go? My dear, I'll choose that me being alive, being healthy, being relevant, being useful matters more than me not being and the other person being. What does the Bible say? Love your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself. So, in your family this week, we have said that it is possible to manage your manipulative family members. And we have said that there are ways you're going to do it. We said, number one, you need to talk to yourself, sit down and give yourself a frank talk on the impact of this, your family members' manipulation over your life. Then engage that your family member in a frank discussion. Tell the family members how far this you people's drama has affected you badly and how it is not helping you and your destiny at all. Then take a firm decision that you stand on. The fourth one is create a budget. The budget is budget of time, budget of money, budget of whatever with the person. Budget here is not only money, what you're going to spend, the time, the money, discussion, and all the stuff with the person. Okay? Then the fifth one is that you imagine the possibility of your absence and the possibility of the person surviving in your absence. It will really help you to sit down and package yourself well. The sixth point is that ask the person if it is possible for him or her to survive when you are no more. You'll be shocked. Forget the drama, but you'll be shocked. The seventh point I have for you is that you need to sit down and weigh which one makes sense. Your absence versus this person's presence, or your presence and this person's absence. If you do this, you notice that this 2023, that manipulative influence from your family member will no longer work. You live your normal life. You maximize your life. You enjoy the fact that you are an individual, that you have a life to live. Just that from time to time, you help your family members as a child of God should do. But don't forget, these decisions, you may not be able to carry them out very well if you do not know the Lord, if you don't have the power, okay? Tell your person to choose what he or she needs from you. decide and let the person tell you who her. This is what he or she needs from your life. That is number 8. Then decide to focus more on your own affairs. Okay? Yes, decide to focus more on your own affairs, those things that are of value to you. Yes. No matter the pressure, decide to focus on the things that matter most to your life and your destiny, your business, and everything. Then, the 10th point I have for you is please go into radical prayers to break yourself off the chain, the grip of that influence. Because most times, that manipulation doesn't just go like that. There are some that when they notice that they don't have control over you again, they go diabolical. Some get so angry. Some raise dust. Some canvas for people that will stand against you. It has happened over time to me and I've survived it. I think you too can survive it. Okay? Yes. Just know that you need to be radical in prayer when it comes to matters like that. There is no need for sentiment because everybody is a suspect. What did I say? When it comes to matters like that, you get radical. No need for sentiment because everybody is a suspect, including that your family member. But for you to be able to do this, first of all, you must know the Lord Jesus as a personal Lord and Savior. And when you receive Him into your life, the Bible says that He will give you the power to become. You need power to stop the manipulations. You need power. And the power comes when the carrier of power enters you. And that is by giving your life to Christ. I pray for you today that this year will make beautiful sense to you, that the power to live free from the manipulation of your family members will be released unto you, and that is as you give your life to Christ, that the Spirit of God will go ahead of me even after this talk and convince you that the best life to live is a life of Christ, and your relationship will be beautiful, your marriage will be sweet, and your home will be peaceful. The Lord bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I love you. My name is Precious Caleb. I'm your friend, and I'm glad to be hosting you every Sunday in your family this week with Precious Caleb. Don't forget, we have changed the time from 8:30 p.m. to 5 o'clock starting from today. So every Sunday 5 p.m. just try come to this and let us see what God will do. Don't forget, we said that some family members can be manipulative and their manipulations most times do not do us any good, but we can break free from their manipulations by managing them well. And as we manage them, we have beautiful life ahead of us. God bless you. My name is Precious Caleb. I'm your friend. And I hope to come your way next Sunday, 5 p.m. I love you.